Hey guys, Billy here, and I know, before you start asking questions, I'm just gonna tell you straight away what this game is, and if you haven't noticed already, it is Arma 3 now. Arma 3 is quite a complex game. It's got lots of stuff to learn, it's got lots of vehicles. Actually, I don't have enough room here to show you all the vehicles. And by the way, it does have some pretty retarded DLC if you ask me. But in this video, we're just going to be going over the vehicles on the Blue Force side. Now, there's two other sides. There's Op 4 and Independent. Op 4 is like the different military you're fighting. Now, Independent is just like guerrilla and stuff. Not like literal guerrilla, like, you know, military guerrilla. So I'm just going to go start out with the tanks, APCs, and turrets over here. So, what we have here is the M2A1 Slammer. Now, the Slammer is a futuristic version of the M1A1. This is basically Arma 2, but futuristic, I guess. Cannon's pretty powerful. It's on 20 mils. Work under, most likely one shot through the mantle, so it's pretty powerful. Next here we have this Slammer Up. Now the Slammer Up is just an upgraded version of the Slammer, which it has the name Up, which is basically just upgraded. It doesn't have any different weapons on it, I don't think. But I do think it looks more armored than the Slammer. So yeah, there are your tanks of the B4 sides. Now the B4 is called NATO. Now here, so here, alright, so here we have the AM7 Marshall. Now the Marshall is like a modernized version of the Bradley, it looks like, from these three. Actually that looks like it, but I'm actually not sure what vehicle this is futurized of, but if we look at the cannon, it looks like it's pretty powerful. Let me go ahead and try to get in. Also, if you want to play Arma 3, I recommend looking up guides on the internet. It's got a 40mm cannon. It's got JPRT, which is high explosive, and APFSDST, which is low explosive. Yeah, that's basically it. You can zoom in using plus and minus sides on the card. I'm gonna make this quick because if I record too long, the video size gets really big. So here we have the CRV-6E Bobcat. Now, I think this is like sort of a bulldozer right here, used to push like heavy tanks out of the way. See, the gunner is a machine gun. I think that's the only arm that has it. Looks like it's a bulldozer APC or something. It doesn't look very armored. So yeah. I don't recommend using a Bobcat unless you're playing on like a server where there's only APCs, but or only infantry, sorry. So here we have the Panther. Now the Panther looks like to me is a modernized or futuristic version of the Bradley. I'm actually not too quite sure what this is a futurized version of, but it just yeah, I'm just gonna like say it's a Bradley, but it seems pretty wide, and it has, looks like it has a grenade launcher, along with a machine gun for the gunner seat, so yeah, you can see my frames on the top left corner of the screen. I'm not quite on ocean reference, but yeah, so now here we have the only, pretty much only one of the 3 anti-air tanks, I guess you could say, in the game. It has 2 massive cannons. Let's see what they are. It's called, and also it is called the IFV-6A Cheetah. I'm not sure what this is a futuristic version of either. So it's got 35mm auto cannons. It also has 4 types. So yeah, the best place to put it would be probably near the spawn, but don't get too accessible with it, otherwise you won't get banned. So yeah, okay. Now we're moving on to the lightly armored vehicles. So here we have the ATV, which is basically just the fastest, pretty much the fastest ground vehicle in the game, I'm pretty sure. Unless you have mods, but it is pretty good at off-roading. It has really good handling. Sadly, you can't drift any though because the handling. It doesn't have very much of an inventory space, but it looks like it does come with some first aid kits that you can use in like Wasteland or something. But it doesn't have much armor either. You can take out the tires. You could just take out one tire and then like shoot the engine or something, or just kill the driver since he is exposed. But yeah, there's the ATV. Probably the least used vehicle in Arma, besides the Panther. Here we have the Hunter HMG. Now it has a heavy machine gun on top, which is what you saw here on the Panther and the Bobcat. So I think it's like, yeah, it's 50 cal looks like. Also in Arma 3 it has this pretty cool like thing where you can not go, where you don't have to zoom in for like the machine gun view, and it also has like thermal and all that, but Arma 2 had that, but whatever. Just right click to go into this mode. So yeah, this thing is sort of fast, I guess, and it is probably the best out of the off-road vehicles, besides the truck, civilian truck. So I bet you can fit at least 5 people in here, including a gunner. So yeah, it wouldn't seem too bad of an investment if you're on like a zombie game mode or something. Now here we have the HEMTT transport. Now this is the covered version. There's also versions where it's like medical versions, ammo versions, support versions. There's also a rocket version on here too. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend using it unless you're playing on like an RP server, since it's pretty much the slowest thing in Arma. I think it's even slower when you run. So don't use it, but it can hold lots and lots of space in it though. And it probably can hold at least 20 people in it. Just look at all the seats. Probably 40 at least, but you can also shoot out the back once you're in infantry, if you have a rifle. But yeah, so basically those are all the ground vehicles besides the Terratops. So here we have the turrets. Now, turrets usually have a raised version or a lowered version. Now, they usually have a raised version besides the Titan launchers. So, this here is the Mark 30 HMG 50 cal. As it says, it shoots 50 caliber. It actually has a scope on it here, which is pretty dandy. You can go into infrared mode and all that. See if I can. No, I can't. But you can change the zeroing by pressing page up and page down. That goes for pretty much every gun. You can see the zeroing in the top right corner of the screen. Just look for my gun for some reason. But yeah, this is the raised version. Also, you can carry these and put them down wherever you want. Now, this is the Mark 30A HMG 50, which is just the better version of the two, I guess. I'm guessing. I've never actually really used these that much, but actually, I'm not sure if you can actually get in or something. It's not giving me the option. But yeah, see here we have the GMG. It stands for, I think it's grenade mounted something, but let's see if I can actually hit that house over there. Not even close, but it is pretty loud, so if you're playing on like a militarized DayZ server, I don't recommend using it in like Belota or Havala or something like that. So yeah, here's the raised version. It's just the exact same. Here we have the very useless remote designator, which is just a laser designator that's on a bipod. Like, really, how useless is that? So yeah, I wouldn't recommend using that toasting piece of garbage, but RIP Wally. RIP. Okay. But I wouldn't recommend using it. All you need is a laser designator. Just the exact same, and you could use it on the move. So here we have the Titan launchers. Now these are just static Titan launchers, which means that they're bipoded onto the ground, and these actually are not too bad. I think they're also remote controlled also. So if I go ahead and shoot one over at this building, it's gonna go into the building. I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's an AA missile. That's never mind. Oh god, my game. Okay, yeah. My game just lagged really bad. By the way, if you didn't notice, but these are oh, that's the AA missile, but the AA missiles, you lock on using T. It's a little bit different than Arma T. Now this one is just the AT, which is the anti-tank version. Pretty sure I can go ahead and shoot over here. It is laser guided, so you can aim it wherever you want to. Also, it is pretty loud, so don't use it in like any sort of server unless it's absolutely necessary. In DayZ or Exile, I've heard that missiles for it are pretty rare also, so try not to use those that much unless there's like full tanks or convoy. So now we're moving on to the many helicopters of this game. Now these are only the NATO helicopters. These are just like baby steps because there's the total like 20 helicopters. Now keep in mind for the Huron and some other helicopters, you need the helicopter DLC to fly it. Like really, could you do something better? But now some helicopters have armed variants and unarmed variants. Now this one is always armed, it's never unarmed. This is the Ghost Hawk. It's the futurized version of the UH-60 Blackhawk. It has two 6.5mm miniguns, or Gatling guns on this side. They can pretty much just annihilate anything that's near a radius of like 500 meters, but yeah, they're just really good. It also is pretty fast too, so here we have the Hummingbird, which is a nimble helicopter. Now I would take off and show you guys what it flies like, but I unfortunately can't because I'm blocked by these helicopters. But so there's a hummingbird. Now there's also a armed variant of this. Now the armed variant is called the AH-9 Pawnee, and if you notice here, it's called the MH-9 Hummingbird. This one's called the AH-9 Pawnee. The AH stands for armed helicopter, and the MH stands for I don't know, but I just know that it stands for arms. But the Pawnee has missiles on it. It has 24 DAR missiles. Plus it got M134 miniguns, 7.62, so it can basically kill any infantry in about 2 shots. So these are pretty OP. Now I think somehow you can change to AP rather than DAR missiles, but I'm not quite sure how. I think it's page up and down, but yeah. Keep in mind, I might not know that much stuff since I'm sort of a beginner here, but here we have the Hurons. I would try to get in, but these are part of the helicopter DLC. Now this is the unarmed variant, and this is the armed variant. You can tell which one is the armed variant. It's green, and the unarmed is black. Now, okay, my mic. Okay, there we go. But the Huron is usually for transport. It has 2 engines, so it wouldn't be too hard to take out the engines with a 12.7 sniper. I will go over the weapons, like the small arms weapons, later in another episode. But yeah. I think you need the helicopter DLC to get in the gunners too. Yeah, that's wow. Okay. But yeah, it's usually just for transport, or sometimes I've seen people hover over like the town in King of the Hill, and just use it as a cast sort of. But the miniguns are, I think they look like 6.5 Gatling to me, but maybe wrong. So those are your helicopters. Be in mind there are much more helicopters on the other teams. So let's move on to the drones here. So before we get onto the bigger drones, let's look at the smallest one first. Now it's right here. So this drone is called the AR-2 Darter. Now this is obviously just a slightly futuristic version of the quad rotor in real life. It just has a camera on it. So I don't have it. But to run it, you need a UAV terminal and a UAV like a UAV backpack to put this thing down. It's usually used for stealth missions. I'd recommend it to be used for that, and it's really helpful because it has a laser detonator on the bottom too, so it can be helpful for casts. Now you can hear from a while away, yeah, but I don't know what's up with that. But here is the I don't know what this is, but I think it's like the MQ-9 or something, and this one has just 6 missiles on it, but this one is actually like a cast, and it has 2 big bombs on it. So at least I'm pretty sure those bombs. But these missiles are usually used for air to grounds, which air to ground is basically just cast. I don't know why they call that one cast. This one is basically better out. This one only has 2 rockets on it, but I'll probably say this one's better because you can use it for infantry and vehicles. But with the vehicles, I would assume you have to hit a critical hit every time. So, yeah, there you have it. The air UAVs. Now these are the UGV Stompers. Now these are not the best UAVs, but you don't really have any danger of getting shot out of the window or seats since it's a UAV. Now there are two variants. There's just one with the gun and one with not. You would always obviously use the one with the gun, right? So, actually, I think you can. Oh, you can actually get in it, but yeah, I guess it's sort of a transport, but it can also be used for sort of stealth missions, because I've heard that these tires and the engine are kind of quiet, or just use it for long range engagement. It's got a heavy machine gun on it, so yeah, I guess that's basically all the vehicles in the NATO thing. Besides the boats, I've like never seen the boats been used before during operations, but yeah, that's all of it right there. There's also the men and stuff, but I won't go through that right now. There's artillery, the M4 Scorcher. That's I think a 130 millimeter cannon, and this one has missiles. So, yeah, I've covered most of it. But if you want to check the rest out for yourselves, you can go ahead. All you need to do now is Op 4 and Independent. Civilian is just yeah, all this. But they do have helicopters, so I don't. Okay, that's weird. But yeah, basically the AAF are the guerrilla. Like they aren't guerrilla, but yeah. Next, I'm gonna do Op 4, which has many different weapons. Okay, sorry, phone just vibrated. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that does it, guys. Congratulations if you actually stayed through this whole video. I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded, but I'm going to try to upload more now since I've got a much better computer. I'm going to try to upload some more Planet Side 2 with my other friends. So, yeah, Preston, if you want to do like some sort of like the trailer thing you did with me, then we can, you know, I'll just get on Skype sometime and I'll talk to you about it. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later.